Boom, boom, boom. This is Jared, and I'm back. All right, guys, it is time to make sure we're all hyped. All right, I've got a great interview today. I do, and I'm so glad you're tuning in. So, again, this is the Warriors Quest show, and I'm your host, Jared A. Brown. Please share this message. Don't be stingy. All right, we've got a great, great interview tonight. All right. I've got a kidney warrior who's he's coming from Rochester, New York. All right. New York. All right. Where it's at. That's where it's at. And we've got this guy coming on, only 27 years old. He's looking for a kidney donor, and we've got the great opportunity to help him get his story told. All right. So please share this message and let's get everybody watching this, start a watch party. All right, get everybody involved so we can get this rocking. All right. All right, I'm going to bring on, all right, the person we're spotlighting is Neil, and I'm going to bring him on now. Here we go. I'm going to give him a very special intro for our very special guest. Please give him a very good welcome when he comes in. Boom! Boom!
Jared, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Holding out on those graphics I see. I didn't get to see all of them yesterday. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. All right, man. I'm so happy that we got you on board. Thanks for coming on the Warriors Quest show. Let's get your story told, bro. All the way from Rochester, New York. Man, relatively young. All right. So we've had some other kidney warriors on the Warriors Quest show that have been young as well, but you're not even 30 years old, and you're fighting for your life, so to speak. You've got the boxing gloves up, fighting for your life, trying to find a kidney donor. So, man, let's hear a little bit about how your story started. Tell us a little bit about how you found out you had kidney disease and how this all came, to kind of how it came to play.
So a little sneak peek is I'm a type 1 diabetic, and you could say neglect was a part of my relationship with diabetes growing up. But, just go down the line, and it was 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in March, actually, when I came home from work, and I just took my work shoes off, and my feet were so swollen, and I knew it was just an uncomfortable feeling that something was going on. So I called my doctor because the next day I tried to get my shoes on and I couldn't. So he sent me for blood work, and immediately that day, it's one of those traumatizing things that just stick with you, So it was right around my mom's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother and I were going to take her out to dinner that night, and so I had the day off naturally already, and I had just talked to my mom. I said that, yeah, the doctor wants me to go give blood work, and I remember not even a half an hour after going to the lab and giving the blood work, my doctor was on the phone with me wanting me to be, as he put it, pack a bag. You're going to go to the hospital for a couple days, and I had no idea. He didn't give me any inclination on the phone as to what was wrong with me, So when we get there, they go through the rundown. Have you had an infection recently? Have you been hit in your kidneys? Is there anything that you can think of that, would set it was my KT over V number.
Okay.
It set it off so high. And, to my recollection, there wasn't anything. I was 24 years old. I was working full time. I owned a house, and I was just tired. That was the biggest thing, is I was tired. I didn't have a definition of how badly I felt until they placed the catheter in my chest the next day, and they sent me to blood or for dialysis for the first time, and the biggest question to me was like, is this the next step? Like, aren't we jumping ahead a little bit? There's not like for everything else in my life, there was a pill or there was at worst an injection
Right.
that could take care of everything. And with that, my nephrologist at the time he worked for the hospital that I'm registered at Strong. And he said, no, you came in at the right time, and it would have been dangerous with my potassium levels keep rising if I waited any longer. And it was, right at the end of the snow season here in Rochester. And they asked me, how are you clearing your driveway? And I was shoveling, and they said, you're lucky you haven't had either a stroke or gone into cardiac arrest with your heart rate. Yeah. Wow. So my heart function was down to 28%. Within, I think, the first 2 or 3 weeks of dialysis, they actually ended up getting 38 pounds off of me. So, needless to say, I was pretty inflated with fluids and with water. So I had a lot of water retention. I had my dog visiting me right now unexpectedly. Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all good.
But I just, that was, it hit me, blindsided me, and I didn't know what options were. When you're 24, you hear about dialysis. It doesn't even touch your universe that could happen to you. The next thing I know is they're telling me that I have to go for three times a week for 4 hours. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I got a life to live, let alone every other thing that I've had to deal with at that point. The last thing I could think about was dialysis. So it got on my radar quick. So I was out of work for quite some time because I was a cook at the time. And so I had the fistula placed on, I remember I got diagnosed on March 26th. And then I was allowed to leave the hospital. I think it was April 4th. And then on April 16th, I had my AV fistula placed, and I've been using that ever since. Probably at the end of July, I started that year. And then I went home and did home dialysis with the stomach catheter. Mm-hmm. And that I didn't realize how much I benefited from the relationships of being in center. Okay. And anybody who tells you, or anybody who goes to dialysis in center will say that the majority of the time they try to sleep, but even those interactions in the waiting room or sitting next to somebody in a chair, you sit next to them for 12 hours a week, you're going to learn a little bit about them, whether their demographics or age are the same as you or not. And if it's humbling. Yeah, it's inevitable, and it's a humbling experience because it just shows you that this could happen to anybody at the blink of an eye with expecting it or not expecting it. That's what, I got the shirts made too.
I love it. Yeah, that's cool.
It's kind of been like a motto that everybody who is part of my support system goes by, is that a warrior, you never take a day off, and you never know what comes next. And like we talked about before, there's ups and downs, and when there's ups, they're incredibly high, and you feel like this isn't a part of your world at all. And when you're down, you're in the valley, and you need that support system to come help you out. So I just recently had these made, and then they got like my information on the back, and then for the hospital as well. So all right. My family's going to be rocking them. Unfortunately, this year we don't have the ability to do a walk or anything, but
yeah.
And then, I put this on the front too, because I feel like the best thing is that, there's thousands of people that are going through this, and I'm young enough, and besides for this, I consider myself pretty healthy, and if I can be a positive role model or, an advocate for it, take you, for instance, someone who's been affected by it, but not directly, I give all my admiration to you. And that's like the type of people like you are the type of people that we need in the world. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
so we're thankful for that. So
Hey, my
thank you.
pleasure. You're welcome, man. You're right, though. We need so many more people that will bring awareness, more people that talk about this, the
Right.
better,
Right.
because if we get the word out and we talk more about this, then we're going to get more excitement. We're going to get more enthusiasm. And more importantly, we just get more education. And Steve Belcher and I talk about this all the time. Is education is key because I've got a feeling that if you had a little bit more education, granted you could have done things differently in hindsight, being type 1, but okay, if your doctor had maybe been a little bit more direct or given you more education about what the ramifications or consequences really could be, you
Right.
know and I get it. You were very young when you're a kid, or when you found out when you had diabetes. Okay, I get it. You were really young. Okay, but nonetheless, okay, as you're still seeing a doctor periodically with being type 1 diabetic, your doctor could have had a chance. There could have been
Little
opportunity.
bug in the ear, little
Right,
something
right.
saying, yeah. And that was the thing, is that it wasn't even on my radar. It hit me like a ton of bricks, like something wrong with my kidney. What are you talking about? Like, the things you hear is that you'll hear a back pain, and I don't know, sometimes like that, even if you damage your kidneys, a common thing you hear about is urine in your,
Right.
or blood in your urine
Oh,
rather.
yeah,
Right.
protein in
So
the urine. Yeah.
yeah, so I hadn't experienced any of those things,
Yeah.
and when filled up, or when the fluid buildup happens, it's not like you just gain it like that, it's over time, it's just compiles on. And so, when it was in my legs, I was like, oh, maybe I got to stretch my legs. I had no inclination that, okay, that's a sign that my kidneys aren't
Right.
filtering and aren't working, So,
Exactly, exactly. The fatigue, the swelling, those things, a little education would have given you at least a glimpse of what may be happening, And so, anyway, let me put you solo, and I'm going to put you solo so we can see the shirt. And you mind, like, showing the shirt, and
so
maybe if
this
you
is,
have, yeah, there we
yep,
go.
that's the front, and then the back is just so the front is kind of just generic for
Uh-huh.
everyone,
Right,
because I'm not the only one going through
right,
this. And if you can't
exactly.
donate for my life, there's another person out there that you can
Mhm.
help, whether
For
it's
sure.
in New York or if it's in Utah or wherever, and that's kind of the key to this, is that it's more than just me, but then the back is for my personal information.
Right
So,
on. I love it. I love it. That is so awesome.
and
Very
then
cool.
and like we had talked about, I'm not the only one going through this. There's thousands of people. So if if my shirt catches somebody's eye when I'm walking through the park, and they take the number down or something like that, or even if it makes someone go home and sign their driver's license, even that is a huge step in the right direction. And for that, I feel like the more people know, the better, because you, not to be morbid, but your kidneys can't do too much for you when you pass away, but they could save somebody else's lives, along with other organ donations. So besides for just the awareness of it, I know you and I talked about how we could bring just more awareness to organ donation in general, because
Mhm.
science needs people and people need people. And it's the one of the most incredible selfless acts a person could have, so it's something that I didn't expect affecting me at 24. But it God hands the toughest challenges to people and he knows can handle it. And I know that I'm not doing it alone, but everybody supporting me has been just awesome throughout this whole thing. I can't even just begin to say how much people have helped
Right.
me. So it's, I feel like it's part of my duty to help the next person and try to do what I can. I know I can't give a kidney, but I can advocate for someone, and I can, spread knowledge and, hopefully get more the conversation started, because once the conversation
Yeah.
gets started, that's half the battle,
It
so.
really is. It is, because you start talking about it and then it opens up some sort of viewpoint. And if someone sees it a different way, then all of a sudden they may not, because I got a different perspective because I really didn't know a whole lot about kidney disease until my sister-in-law she was diagnosed and I found out she had kidney disease. And so sometimes what happens is the people that aren't directly affected, okay, and don't have a loved one or they don't have it themselves, and they don't necessarily have a great perspective or they don't have that great clarity. And so
Right.
if we can get that discussion going, like you're talking about, then hopefully we can get more people to have more clarity, to understand and have empathy, to understand that you have the boxing gloves on every day and you're battling. All
Right.
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 And they don't understand because they just sometimes think, oh, they're going to dialysis, they're fine. Well, going to dialysis has some good things, like you talked about. You can bond with somebody, you can get to know them, and you've got camaraderie, and and so there's some good things, and you may have some really good techs and nurses and staff, and I hope so. But what happens though is that, okay, what if your dialysis didn't go well? And no disrespect to your staff, but sometimes that does happen, and then
Right.
you come back and you feel wiped out and you don't feel refreshed. What if you get home and you feel wiped out, and then all of a sudden, you've got insomnia. I mean, it's just so many different things that other people that aren't connected to this disease just don't have a clue about. And that's what we have, an opportunity to let people know more about this. And so I agree with Steve and with James Fabian, who have said that, education is key. And I totally agree with that. Thanks for watching, James Fabian. And we've got some great people watching tonight. Bridget, Rena Hill Darby. We've got probably some of your family. Joanne Eldridge, I think you said that was your grandma. Is that right?
Yep, that's
All
grandma.
right.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
awesome. Maria Barbarito Ferguson's watching. Thanks for watching. We've got Diana Schroth Lewis. Thanks for watching. Kathleen Mary.
That's Mom.
Very nice. Thanks for watching, Mom. Jonathan Trailer, I've got love for you, brother. Thanks for watching. He's the guy that I was talking about that was on our show just about a month ago, and he's a kidney transplant recipient now. He's a great guy. Man, hopefully you guys can connect. He's got a bunch of positivity, always booms with so much energy. He's a good guy to connect with. All right, and Melissa Kim Trailer, that's Jonathan's wife. What's up, Melissa?
Oh.
Yeah, and we've got James from Dadvice TV saying hi there, Neil's grandma. All right, and Scott Eldridge, thanks for watching. What if you want to go on vacation? That is a good question. I'm going to let you answer that. I know what other kidney warriors have done, but what have you done to make like reservations or arrangements for cities or where you may want to go to so that you can still do dialysis when you go on vacation?
So that was a big question at first, because being 24, I don't know if Rochester is where I want to stay. And, my dad and stepmom own a house in Florida, and my stepbrother got married in Mexico. My cousin got married out in Seattle, and they were all questions, and so I did a test run and I went to Virginia Beach for a week, and I'm with Fresenius is my dialysis company, and they're pretty big. I don't know if they're out near you guys as well.
Yeah,
but,
they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, so that just tells you how big they are.
For sure.
So we found one in Virginia Beach that was roughly 20, 25 minutes away. So, and in Rochester, I have a chair time of 5 a.m. So I
Okay, early riser.
yep. Because on one day a week, I have to go to work after. So, and that's a brutal day, but nonetheless, try to keep the schedule the same. So my social worker here got in touch with the clinic down in Virginia Beach, and they set me up for 6:30. So I have 4-hour chair time. So I was like, okay, I'll three out of the 7 days that I'm gone, I will roughly get back around 11:30, somewhere in there, depending on the traffic. And like you said, some days you have good days, some days you have bad days, and it seemed like it was just coincidental when I was going on vacation. I don't know if it was the drive or if it was the stay or what have you. I just had compiled bad days. So the traveling and vacation route for dialysis is tough, for my experience at least. And granted, it was only the one time. Now I've kind of just decided to schedule the short couple trips I can around. Like, I get out of my chair on Saturday around 10 o'clock, come home, and then I don't have to be back until Tuesday at 5. So I try to do something in those 3 days, if at all possible. But, that Saturday is usually a wash because I'm in the phase right now where I need to sleep after a treatment, whether they take a liter off or they try to, test it and take close to 3 liters off. I still need rest. And, but the thing is sometimes, I'm hungry after, sometimes I don't have an appetite for 24 hours, it all depends on the day. So it's kind of like a crapshoot when you leave dialysis to see how you're going to feel. And the only time will tell, but, and that's the other thing is if I was to go on vacation, I feel like the days that I do have treatment is a waste of a day, so it kind of stinks. And I know my dad's asking that question because he wants me to get down to Florida, but, and I have not tried home hemo. I think I'm too afraid to put my own needles in. I can watch it all day long on anybody else, but I have yet to see my own needles go in.
Okay, you haven't watched it.
Okay. Nope. I'll turn my head and I still use the cream for every treatment, but I bite my lip too. And I can't eat. To this point, I have a pretty developed fistula. You could see that. So there's some good scar tissue in there. I can't feel it with the numbing cream, but I think it's that anticipation that you get ready for. And I'll talk to people in my family about it, and they'll tell me that they have trouble getting an IV. And it was like, I remember my first one, so, and that's the one thing I could say that I have over them is that I've seen some things, at 27 now. And not that I wish this upon anybody, but it's the God's honest truth as to it's the harsh reality of it.
It is. And I'd like other kidney warriors that are watching tonight to please comment and give your support. The more comments, the better. So that way this gets viewed more. Facebook sees the comments and makes this more visible to people. So please continue to comment. And the other thing it does with the comments, everybody, is it helps Neil understand that he has a huge kidney disease community behind him. Good days, bad days, like we talked about, Neil. It's great to understand that you have other people that have done what you've done or going through what you're going through. And when you have like-minded people that can share that, you feel like there's hope because they're going through it or they've gone through it, and you don't feel alone. Right. And it's so powerful when you don't feel alone.
It feels like it's not an inconquerable task.
Right.
Right.
Hmm. So
I think
please.
that's how you and I actually got in touch, because I was talking with Steve, and then he told me, he was like, yeah, actually tonight I have an interview, and I watched your interview with him, and
Uh-huh.
you know that at that point I said, there's people out there who I need to talk to, because I felt, like I said, I see other people at dialysis, but then I work at a grocery store and I pass thousands of people a day, and you can't tell a person has kidney failure unless they're willing to talk about it. And it's not
Right.
something, they don't hand out pins, like that. So it really is about networking. And for a while, I don't know if I was in denial or if I just didn't reach out or what, but then I talked to, the American Kidney Foundation. They got me in touch with Steve, and then he
Right.
said, "Here's the guy to talk to," and that was you. So
Yeah.
since then, I've definitely been more willing to talk about it and more apt to say, it's me. This is the life I have, and it does. It takes a small village to raise a person, and even when the problems keep building up, my small village is turning into a big community. And it's and that's the thing is, it creates relationships too that
Exactly.
you never would
Right.
have expected to have if this didn't come about.
Right.
So
It does.
and I've always been taught you gotta look at the positive things in life. So this is in one way or not, it's a blessing that I was given these challenges to meet these people along the way. They affected my life, and my biggest thing is that I affect their life, hopefully in a positive manner.
In a positive way. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
And that's and I agree with you, is that when you get connected to someone else, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and they have some sort of connection to the kidney disease, whether they have it or they have a loved one that has it, and you start to have a connection, then there is there's so much that we can learn from. Okay. And everybody has a story. Okay.
right,
We're telling yours tonight, and yours is powerful. I mean, uh, type 1 diabetic, 24 years old. All right. And now, a little bit later, after you found out, okay, you're still working, which I commend you, because that's not easy to do. Other kidney warriors know that too.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that honestly, I'm a people person. I love to
yeah.
talk, and my job is a lot of customer service, talking to people. So I was out of work for 7 months, and I felt like the biggest mental health burden on me was that I didn't, I was isolated in my house. I love my dog, but I have yet to teach her how to have a conversation with me.
Uh-huh.
So at
Okay.
that point, the mental health aspect was just as
Right.
important as the
It
physical
is.
health. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mental health is huge.
Yeah.
It really is. We've had just a number of discussions on different shows from the Urban Health Outreach Media about how kidney warriors not only struggle physically, okay, insomnia, cramps, and fatigued, and all sorts of different things, but they also struggle with mental health because
Right.
it changes your life. Okay, you're not able to do some of the things you used to do, and then you have the realization that, well, especially after when you have that catheter put in you, that's a rude awakening for you, isn't it?
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
then
The biggest thing was they put the catheter in, and then I think after is when they said, and you can't get this wet, you can't shower. It's gonna be sponge baths for a while,
yeah.
and we're gonna try to schedule for a fistula, so then you'll be able to have a shower. And I said, what is a fistula?
What is a fistula? Right. Yeah.
At that point in time, and pretty
Yeah.
much I had a great team at Strong that, they were very thorough with explanations, probably because me at the time, I was a deer in the headlights, like,
Uh-huh.
what is, so
Yeah.
I learned a lot, and I'm very thankful for them. But yeah, when they told me that I was going to have a mainline catheter put in my chest, and I still have 3 little dots up here.
Hmm.
but you know, they're my battle scars. I wouldn't have it any other way. And,
Right.
you know, so I think it was startling, the catheter going in, more startling for the catheter coming out though.
Okay.
Kind of just takes your breath away, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
But 1, 2, 3 pull type of deal. But even that, you know, now I just know, don't trust the number 3, because it's not always happening then.
It's not always accurate. Okay. All right.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, we've coming from Rochester, New York, we have somebody who's, you know, I've met him on Facebook. I've had him as a co-host, and we've interviewed him on the Urban Health Outreach Media, you know, on a number of different shows actually. But he's a living kidney donor. He's also a pastor, and he's a great guy. He's from Rochester, New York as well. His name is Nick Gentile. A super guy. I'd really encourage you to try to hook up with him. He's somebody who persevered to become a living kidney donor. I mean, this guy, all right, had so many obstacles in front of him to become a living kidney donor, and he just kept going after one mountain after another. He kept on climbing, and it's a really, really good guy who just really, you know, wanted to be so. I mean, it's just, he's selfless that way, and it's, anyway, I think he would be a great connection as well, Neil. I really do.
Oh, thank you. I'll have to talk to Nick then. Yeah, because I already know the amount of things that I have to get in place for me to be on the list, to be a recipient, and seeing what people have to go through to try to become a donor. It is amazing just for somebody to go to all the appointments and be on the phone for as long as they have to, change their health habits, you know, do it, you know, like I said before, it is one of the biggest selfless gifts you could ever have. And just for the simple fact of somebody taking the time to call and then go through with that, it means the world to me. Because like I said, I know I can't give a kidney. I can't give much nowadays, you know, as far as my organs go. But for somebody to go through all of that, it just means, you know, not even to me, to other people in the community. I know how much it means to them, you know.
Right.
And so it was it says a lot for somebody to put their needs and their wants aside for a good amount of time to try to become a donor, you know. And even if they aren't successful, you know, it's still all the sacrifice that goes into it. Nobody can make them do that, and they take it upon themselves. So it's, you know, I'm thankful for anybody who has called for me already and gone through with everything that they've gone through. And it means the world to me that people are even here watching my story with you right now. You know, it seriously does. It's just something that I never expected, and that just the feedback and the support that I've gotten along the way is something that I never imagined either. So I'm just very grateful for the support, and like I said, the community and people like you and people like Nick, and I could tell from the comments that he's a well-liked person. So, and that, you know, it takes a person like that to be humble and that selfless to want to make that decision, you know.
Right.
So we're just thankful.
You know, Jonathan Traylor's asking what blood type you are. So we've got the information down at the bottom. You know, I believe your blood type O, is that right?
I'm A.
A, that's right. Your blood type A. So with blood type A, the donor can be either O or A. So so with blood type A, again, the donor blood type can be O or A. And so, you know, I invite anybody to take the Living Donor Challenge and apply at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. The phone number is down here at the bottom, 585-275-5875. Blood type O or A. But I also imagine if you're not the right blood type, Neil, your transplant hospital probably still accepts the shared exchange, the paired exchange program, right?
Yes, definitely. Yep. And I just want to add to your challenge too for everybody who isn't in Rochester. And if you have a license and you can sign the back of it to become an organ donor, we want to add on to that too. Yes, I do need a kidney, but there's thousands of other people that can benefit from any part of a gift.
Right.
So that, yes, I do need a kidney, and I'm very thankful for all the, putting towards that. But we want to extend it to more, everybody. If you can sign your license and say that you'll be an organ donor, do it, because it takes a lot for next of kin to decide that. And we don't want to put, and nobody wants to be in that position either. So if you know in your heart that you want to be an organ donor, you can, take the couple seconds and get yourself in line to do that too, so, but yeah, right. That's strong.
No, I love that. I love that, man. Yes, absolutely. What I'm liking right now, the vibe that I'm getting from you, bro, is that you sound and you seem to me like a guy that has a huge heart. All right. And you come across as somebody who thinks of other people, and I'm digging that. And if I'm feeling that and I'm getting that vibe, I'm hoping other people are picking up on that as well. Please, if you're picking up on that, don't be stingy. Okay, please share this message because this guy is a good guy. Probably wears a big white hat. All right, you can count on him. You rely on him. Okay, just like a calculator, you can count on this guy. So please make sure that you share this message so we can help this guy. But let me know, okay? When you're down and out, okay, and you've had a bad day, help me understand how your family has picked you up on those days.
On bad days that's when, I'll leave dialysis, and I guarantee she'll leave a comment if I tell her by 9:45 my mom is getting a phone call from me, whether she's at work or at home, and I'm asking her what she's doing, and it's my form of the way of just saying, just talk to me, just, get my mind off of it, because I am beat, I'm exhausted, if I got to go to work, or if even if I have the day off, I'm tired, and it's that she knows that that's my cry for help. Not to say that I don't reach out to my father or my girlfriend, but my mom is always the first one. Just because I think she's mom, so it's just like that. But, and then on my, in a more physical aspect of things, I live with my father and my stepmom and my girlfriend, and, if it's helping me with the dog, or, feeding the dog or something like that, because I'm too tired to climb out of bed and go downstairs, or if it's, my girlfriend making dinner for us, and we try to walk nightly, and if on a dialysis day, sometimes, more often than not, I'll say, can we wait till, after dinner, or, maybe we don't go for a walk tonight, and, and that's the biggest thing, is that your support system has to be understanding. Mm-hmm. And my biggest thing is that I had to be understanding that I can't do everything. I'm not Superman, I'm 27. Yes, I can still do a lot of things, but I have a pretty serious illness right now, and if there's things that I can't do, I'm going to try my best to do what I can do, but when I can't fight, Stuart Scott, I'm a big sports guy. Stuart Scott said it.
Yeah.
When you get tired of fighting, keep fighting, and when you can't fight anymore, let other people fight for you. And I've been letting that happen more recently, and it's been very helpful to have other people, bear some of the burden of things that I don't necessarily have, the day will go on if that certain thing doesn't get done, then I'm okay with letting somebody else help me through those situations. So a lot of it is just people there to talk to me, and I have sympathy left and right, but the ones closest to me know that I need every now and then a swift kick, and that's, tough love. And that's what gets me through it too, is saying, you've gotten this far. We're not going to let one dialysis treatment rock you like this and knock you off your horse. We're going to, you're going to take a nap. And then when you get up, we're going to handle what we have to handle. So I would have to say the biggest thing for my bad days are, one, talking to people, and two, the people that I talk to and lean on are understanding.
Nice.
And that's the biggest thing, is just to have a good support system surround me. And, it continues to grow, like I said, with you guys and reaching out, and just, people wanting they see the shirts, and my mom posted the shirts, and there's people asking if they can get one, or if they can, who to call and all that stuff. People that I don't
even know.
Exactly. So it's God works in mysterious ways, and so I'm thankful for the support system I have, because they've, made everything known, and also just surround me with love, so
absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing.
It is. We've had some people asking, or kind of encouraging you, if you don't have one already, is to create a Facebook page. So, do you? I know you're on Instagram and you're on Facebook, but do you have your own Facebook page where it's like a business page where?
Not to advocate for a kidney, I do not.
Okay.
But, I mean, if that's the recommendation that our people in the community think will work, I definitely, like I said, it's going on 3 years, and we just got the shirts made a couple weeks ago. So, we're still trying new things, still trying, to get my name out there, everybody's, the awareness out there, everything like that. So I'm not, the only thing I don't want to try, and don't anybody get mad at me for this, but the bumper stickers, because
all right.
my driving is nothing to write home about. So I don't want anybody getting upset seeing my name on my car, and the opposite happens. Right. Yeah, no.
All right. So one advantage about building a Facebook page just for your search for a living kidney donor is that if you have a poster, whether you do a video or like if you had your a Facebook page and you shared this video, or just any video in general, you make a short 3-minute video just kind of telling your followers about your week, then the advantage is that you can actually pay Facebook money to boost it, and then you can get it shown, and it's kind of like advertising.
More popular video.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and it gets shown to more people because you pay Facebook to do that. So it's one big advantage right there. And the other thing is that people can always go back and easily find you and find posts and different things that they liked about your page. Things that sometimes aren't as easily found on your own feed, like your donor blood type or your transplant hospital information and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I should do that then.
Yeah, cool. So now, Neil, Lisa Baxter's watching. She's a transplant recipient herself. She's the host of the Lisa Baxter Show on Sunday night. She's saying your family now make a video. We've got, of course, you're your own best advocate. We've got people chiming in.
True. Definitely true.
Yes, we do. And and Jonathan is great at getting the word out. I'm sure he'll be happy to help share anything that you put out. We'll do that as well. Donna Tassat is a great person to share. We've got a great number of people here watching that will come together and help you, give you support in the kidney disease community. But What I really like as well is the way you've talked about your family and your support system, because you hit it right. You hit the nail right on the head. A good support system will really get you far along, especially when, okay, and we don't wish them, but there are going to be some stumbles. There are going to
Right.
be some hills, and then there will be valleys. But on those days where you have a hill and you've got to climb that hill, it's good to have somebody, grab your hand, and
Right.
pull you along and help you. And that's what family does. And I love that you've got your family, your support, your of course, your girlfriend's a great support system, and we've got so many people putting in comments. I want to encourage everybody to keep on commenting. All right, Facebook will show this and make this video, this broadcast, more visible, and it gives Neil support too. So please keep on commenting and don't be stingy. Please share. And she's also a very good resource for a lot of different things. Lisa Baxter is. If you have any sort of questions about resources within your state,
Awesome.
yeah, she's in New York as well, just not Rochester.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jonathan Traylor says Neil sounds like a great guy. Let's help him get a kidney.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
he
you.
does sound like a great guy, and we like and love helping good guys. So let's do this. The iPro Renal Network, Kidney Fund, Polycystic Kidney Disease Foundation, National Kidney Foundation, and she's giving some more resources here. So thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, man, the shirts, love the shirts. What happens is with shirts, your family will get excited when you've got shirts. They'll wear them.
Right.
And then also just builds enthusiasm. I like anything that builds enthusiasm. Um,
Definitely.
and when you're doing the shirts, it does build enthusiasm. And when you've got somebody going into, I understand it's still a pandemic, but you can still go into a Walmart and it's still fairly busy, or at least in my state. And even with the pandemic, you can't necessarily see the smiles with the masks on, but
Right.
it's still fairly busy. Okay. And when you go into a Walmart, all right, and somebody's rocking your t-shirt, okay, then it's free advertisement. And again,
Exactly.
you never know. All right. So I have somebody that I used to advocate for, and he was rocking a t-shirt in Walmart, and somebody saw his t-shirt, called the phone number and became a living kidney donor for him.
Yeah, see, and incredible things like that happen. And I can't say that the T-shirt was my idea. I think my mom and my brother said that, and we went with it. But and that's what I've thought of ever since. Is just that any publicity is getting my name out there, and the more calls, the merrier, and it's just a free way for me to say, hey, look, there's a bunch of people going through this. I'm not the only one either, and
Right.
that's why the front is just for kidney awareness, literally, and then so now this is my dialysis shirt. I decided that as often as I can, I'm gonna wear one of these to dialysis, so everybody else knows that this is what's going on. And and unfortunately I have a uniform at my store, but
All right, yeah.
or else I'd be wearing
You'd
this
be rocking
too.
it
But
there too. Yeah, okay.
yeah, but right now, well, the gyms just opened in New York State not too long ago, but my doctor advised me to still stay away for a little while. But I was working out like 6 days a week, so that was originally the reason why we had them made, so I could wear it at the gym and try to catch people's attention there too. So that's why I kind of went with the bright color and just basic information. And because that's the other thing, is that by looking at a kidney failure patient, you can't always tell that they are sick, so and not to try to give myself credit or anything for going to the gym or whatnot, but it's conversation when I'm there, like, oh, who's Neil, what's the shirt about,
Yeah.
that's me. And it's happened before where people see my fistula and they ask me if everything's okay, and that starts a conversation, and then that's just it's networking. It's just another piece in that. So I figured if I can have them notice a shirt rather than my arm, it's probably good for my personal being too. So but yeah,
Absolutely.
so we
Yeah.
tried to just and that's the other thing is that it can be a conversation, or it doesn't even have to be a conversation.
Yeah.
So people
Well
can just
said.
just take the information down, and they don't even, and I might not even know that they did. So
Yeah.
it's just another way to get it out there.
For sure, man. I love it. Yeah. So we've got some people talking about Jen Benson, and I want to bring that up. Is Jen Benson is she's a kidney transplant recipient, and she also is a advocate, and she actually has. I had her on as a co-host just recently, and she has a website. I'm going to bring that up so that you can see it. It's Steve just shared it, so I'm going to find it again. All right, here it is. So, her name's Jen Benson, and then she has a website. It's called transplantjourney.org. So it's pretty simple, transplantjourney.org. And Jen Benson is a advocate now. She's got a great thing going with trying to help people. So you can always go to the comments as well, and you can find this after the broadcast, Neil, but it's really
Right.
simple, transplantjourney.org.
I
And
just took a picture of it with my cell
nice.
phone.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. So, she's the CEO, as Donna just reminded me, she's the CEO of Transplant Journey, and she's multifaceted where she's a transplant recipient and
Right.
an advocate. She's doing both.
Okay.
And she's a great wealth of information. There's also one that my good friend Jonathan Traylor's reminding me about is Kent. Oh my gosh, I mean his last name's escaping me. Please remind me his last name. Bressler. Help me remind me of his last name. I hope I got that right. Kent Bressler owns kidneysolutions.org. Kent Bressler is also a kidney transplant recipient. This is another good website to go to as well for help in finding a living kidney donor. So,
Awesome.
Jen Benson is awesome. So is Kent Bressler. I've got right here. I want to. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. You're right. I did get it right. Good. All right, Kent Bressler. Yeah, so I did get it. So I wanted to bring another comment up here, Neil. So it says your family, mom, dad, step parents, and brother are always there for you daily, Mammy and me. That's awesome. How does it make you feel to read something like that and to see all of the great support that your family is giving you?
Well, at this point in time, it's like, yep, I know everybody's got my back. No, but it just, they've been there for 27 years and never dropped the ball. So it makes me feel that I'm not alone in this. Yes, I am the one going and sitting in the chair, but if any of them could take it away from me, I know they would. And
Yeah.
I know that if I needed any of them at 5 a.m. when I go in the chair, 4:30 for a ride there, or I know that there would be a line to try to help me. And
Wow.
it's just, and that's the best part, because it's this disease is just incredibly different than anything I've experienced, because you don't think that it will affect you psychologically, and then it does more than you believe. So having those people to be able to lean on and talk to and just get through the good and the bad with, it's just it's a blessing that I don't have to harbor all of that inside and deal with all of it on my own, because that's my girlfriend is she's 6 years younger than me. So for her being, she's going to turn 22 soon. That's a lot for a 22-year-old to make the conscious decision that I'm going to, do what I have to do to make this work. I guess I got her fooled somehow, but
you found a gem. You did.
I did. So, and that's the thing.
A lot about her character and about how much she cares about you. It really does. Yeah,
it does. And I'm extremely blessed to have her, put up with the bad mood swings, and then I'm incredibly, joyful that we get to spend the good times together. So I lucked out with Victoria. So I'm very thankful for her, and, not to say she's the only one to make it easy on me. Like my Aunt Diane said, both my grandmas, my dad, my stepmom, I have big families on both sides. I have a bunch of step siblings, and I know that at any moment I could call any one of the 8 and they'd pick up, and if I needed to talk to them, they'd talk to me, and it's a step that has helped, like I said, with a lot of relationships. As drastic as that may sound, when you're pushed to the limits is when you show your true character, and they've all shown me how much they mean to me and how much I mean to them. So I just consider myself blessed.
That is a blessing. That is absolutely, man. We've got a ton of people commenting here, and you've got a great, a lot of people are showing a lot of support, and I appreciate that. Please keep the comments coming, because again, that does help not only Neil, but it helps this broadcast get visible by Facebook. And then I want to say thank you for watching, Jenny Moore. Thanks for watching. She's saying she's stopping by to show love and support, and thank you all for all you do. Once again, my husband says to tell you hello. I've had her husband on as I've interviewed him on the Warriors Quest show. Thanks again for your sharing our story. God bless you, and God bless you, Neil. God bless you and your family, Jenny.
God bless you, Jenny. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope your husband's doing well. Support is so important, Donna's saying, and it is. And we've got a lot of people that are commenting, and they're saying some similar things. Support, family is key. We've got, Steve saying, "You lucky boy," talking about Victoria, I guess. But, and we've got some new people that are watching tonight. I hope I pronounce this right. Elin Dombro. She's thank you for watching. I've actually interviewed her. I've scheduled an interview for her, and she'll be on the Warriors Quest show soon.
Awesome.
So yeah, thanks for watching. And don't be stingy. Don't be stingy, people. Don't be stingy, and share. Yes, we need some more shares. The thing about shares, and Neil, you get this, is that things can really catch fire, on a broadcast. One is the comments, because that means that with the more comments, the more engagement it is. And the more engagement, Facebook says, man, there are a lot of people commenting here. There's engagement here.
A lot of people like to see this.
Right. So they're going to show this. And the other thing that happens is that when there's a lot of comments, there's more engagement. Then we start sharing it. Then we start to kind of fan the flame. All right. We fan the flame, people. Okay. And that's what we want to do today is comment. All right. Show some support. Not only show some support that you're commenting, but let's talk about maybe how this has affected you guys as well. Comment about how maybe your support system has helped you through this, and help Neil know that you've got his back as well. And so then when we start to fan the flame and we start sharing, then all of a sudden it gets shown to somebody's friend that didn't know that you are in search of a kidney donor. Somebody's friend that maybe they haven't seen in 6, 7, or 10 years, maybe not since high school, and they get stirred, maybe they get inspired, and then boom. I mean, things can happen. We all know this because we have the power of share, and it's a powerful thing if we come together and we fan the flame and we don't be stingy. All right, so let's do this, everybody. All right. We've got Victoria chiming in. Such an awesome live. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, because this makes this success a success story for Neil. And that's the idea. That's the premise of the Warriors Quest show, is to get this out there, to get his story told and get his voice heard. So please help this get out there. Share it on Twitter, share it on Snapchat, share it on TikTok, share it on, I don't know, put it on your bulletin board in your break room at work. I don't know.
wherever things can be shared, share it.
That's right. Okay, and so we're coming to an end here. But what I sometimes do, Neil, is I keep it going if there's a lot of comments and people are and it's flowing. And so if you're okay, let's keep this going for a little while longer.
Yeah, of course.
So let's talk a little bit about the idea of sharing this and what others can do to find you. So you're on Instagram, and Victoria shared your email address. How can other people get connected with you if they want, other than, of course, finding your transplant hospital information we've got scrolling across the screen here, but how can they connect with you if they have questions or if they'd like to give you support?
Yeah, the two social medias I use are this Facebook account, Neil Patrick, and then my Instagram is Neil_EL as in Eldridge. That's my last name, but it's NEIL_EL. And like Jared said, any feedback, any encouragement, anything that I can use, I appreciate it. And like I said, just for me, it's bigger than just me, but I understand right now it is my moment. We're talking about me needing a kidney, but I think the biggest thing is for me to advocate for the other thousands of people who are also in need, because if I'm not a match, you can help somebody else out. And coming from me, I'm saying that it's going to help somebody's life, whether you know them or not. And it's a selfless act. And, I've had people try and they're not matches for me. And I encourage them to keep going, because you could be somebody else's saving grace, and right now I don't know of anybody going through the process to be a living donor for me. So I'm waiting for a phone call from Strong saying that I have a deceased donor, which, is as morbid as it is, it's a blessing in a different way. But I just think if we advocate and get it out there that there are thousands of other people who need a kidney besides for Neil Eldridge, then that's the way that we'd like to keep going, because a lot of people are affected by this that most people don't know about, and it's just you can save someone's life, and you can change someone's life at that too. And and it's just about trying to help the next person, and humanity really is what it is. And I'm thankful that everybody is tuning in, staying tuned in, and commenting. So thank you guys. It means a lot to me. It means a lot that we're going to get this video out there, and hopefully I can find a match for a kidney. And that's the other thing I didn't tell you about, Jared, is that Strong does pancreas transplants as well. So I'm in line for one of those.
Oh, right. Right on. Okay.
So after all my surgeries are done, it won't be Neil anymore. It'll just be the Bionic Man. And that's right. Legally going to change my name to that,
All right. Okay. All right.
But that's another bridge to cross when we get there. But
right.
Yeah. So, just really just trying to get the idea of organ donations out there to everybody, and just to let everybody know that, it could be someone it could be someone you don't know, it could be you, someone you love, and it could be tomorrow, or it could be 5 years from now, but it's something that you don't necessarily ever expect to affect you, so it's just thankful for all the people that have shown support along the way.
Absolutely. Man, this is powerful. This is powerful. My bad. I
No,
put you,
it's okay.
yeah, I pushed the wrong button. So I wouldn't, it's like I was upstaging you.
Don't take the pressure off of me.
No, so we've got Jonathan Traylor saying strong testimony, and you can give other people, that you can give to other people. And, and he makes a good point. And what sometimes is overlooked is that your story, okay, can be very inspiring. You've got a great testimony about donor, living donor, donation in general. So, and then you're promoting that people become a donor in general as well, so that
Right.
if God forbid they die, but if they do, you're also saying please become a donor. And
Right.
and I love that, because we do need more donors. Whether I wish that everybody could live till they're elderly and they've got a full life, but if they don't and there's an accident that happens, if they are a donor, they can save many lives. And so I love that, brother. Let's make people more aware that we can save more lives by becoming donors. So this is great. I love your enthusiasm, your positivity. But anyway, the point I was trying to make, I'm getting off a little bit, is that your story can be inspiring, and you never know who may be watching that needs your inspiration. Like Ellen, okay? I'm going to be interviewing her in the next little while, the next upcoming weeks. She could be, inspired by your story now today.
Right.
There are other people that could be watching this like 6 months from now on replay that could get inspired. I mean, there is many things that can happen by your inspiration. But by inspiration, I want people to understand that you do think of other people, all right? And I know that's sometimes hard to give yourself props. I'll give you the props, okay? And I'll let you stand aside a little bit while I do that, because I have a hard time sometimes getting props, but I'll give it to you, okay? All right. Anybody who watches this can understand that you're a good guy that thinks of other people. All right. You seem like a guy who has a big heart, and so I'm really asking everybody who has felt, all right, the same sort of inspiration, the same, if you're stirred by his story like I am, don't be stingy. Please share this, because, all right, we can be strong as a community. All right, we can come together and we can share this and make this powerful. Everybody has, on an average, 314 Facebook friends, statistically speaking. More, some people have more, some people less, but that's an average. Okay, and if you're above average, then please share, because we have a greater chance to have it shown if you're above average Facebook user. So please do that, and we can make sure that we get this out there to as many people as possible. The cool thing is to get it shown to people that have not ever seen his story before. Someone who maybe isn't in his network of friends, that has no idea. Somebody that maybe hasn't, that maybe you've not been connected with in many years, like I've talked about. This can't happen. All right, we can set this on fire, light it like a firecracker. It's not the 4th of July, but you've got my permission to light this up, people. So we've got many people supporting, which is awesome. We are in this fight with you, Neil. So continue to show support. Please comment and let him know about your support. Give him words of encouragement, and please share this so that we can get this in front of people that can be inspired to become a living kidney donor. So speaking of which, I want to talk about that for a moment. So yes, please share this, everyone. A living kidney donor, okay, for those of you that have thought about becoming a living kidney donor, all right, many people live on very normal lives after they've donated their kidney. Many people have shared their testimonies that they feel physically the same that they did before they donated, before they had surgery. Many people still jogs. Many people are still on their bicycles. Many people are still going to the gym. All right. In many cases, the kidney, all right, is going to function and at a it's going to actually make up for some of the function that the other kidney did. And you're going to have that compensate, and your one kidney is going to be just fine. Statistically speaking, you don't necessarily need.
Yep. Uh-oh.
All right, everybody. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened to my connection. I don't know if I'm not sure if perhaps I had a little power outage or something happened, but I'm back. I thought I told you that we won't stop. All right, so we're going to end the show, Neil. And I want to thank you for coming on. All right, I want to thank
Thank you for
everybody
having
for
me.
such great support. And I'm very thankful that we could get your story out. Let's continue to do this, man. We've got some great comments I want to show really fast, though. Love to you, young man. Keep fighting. Thank you, Jared, for sharing Joe and Jenny's story. That is my daughter and son-in-law. We're praying for a donor for him as well. Joseph Moore is a fighter as well. Yes, God bless
Keep fighting,
Joseph Moore.
buddy.
Yes, God bless Joseph Moore. All right. So again, I want to give you time to kind of give your shout outs. Who would you like to shout out, and who would you like to say thank you to? I want to let you just go solo for a moment before we end it.
Well, first off, I just want to thank you for having me on the show and get my story out. I want to thank my girlfriend for setting it up, and my mom for countless times asking me to come over to her house to do it, even though I have to get up for dialysis at 4 a.m. Hope she understands why I didn't. Want to thank my dad, who's downstairs, and I can hear my words about 5 seconds after I say them every time. So thank you for that. But no, thank you to everyone who watched, who tuned in, people that didn't know me. Thank you for your kind words and your support, and for all the support and the guidance, and holding the flashlight for me to see the way that I'm supposed to go. Thank you to my grandma too, Aunt Diane. I want to thank my girlfriend's family too for accepting me and just rolling with the punches for everything that I have to go through, and being understanding, and my siblings too for just knowing that sometimes Neil is what comes first, and it's not because I want to, but it's because I have to. So, Maria, it's good to hear from you. It's probably been close to 20 years in that account, but thank you for watching. And really just, any of my coworkers who watched tonight, and friends, everybody. I know that I had a bunch of family members out of town share it. I don't know if they watched too, but thank you. And, I am loved. That's my stepmom. I am loved. And I just want everybody to know that I appreciate everything that they do and that I love them too. And that's the biggest message is that, I'm just thankful for all the support and all the guidance and, everything that you've done, Jared, and everything that goes into this. And, it's an established network that I'm getting my feet into. So thank everybody involved. And I really appreciate all you guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you again. God bless you and your family, Neil.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but happiness. I hope that God continues to protect you, to watch over you. And I know that he's acutely aware of your trials, your tribulations. And I know that he's going to continue to bless you. You have a great aura. You've got so much positivity. And any bad day you have, I know your family will lift you up. All right. So please, all right, there is a light. Okay. And Jesus is that light, and he will continue to help you and to love you and give you as much protection as possible. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening, bro.
All right. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So we've heard from a great kidney warrior. All right. Neil is going through something. He's got the boxing gloves on, everyone. All right. He is battling every day. He's got a great support system, but you know what? We can intensify his support system by coming together as a kidney disease community and sharing this broadcast. All right. We can come together and give more to his cause. All right. We can make sure that people understand that we have empathy for what he's going through and that we can do more for him. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is we've got Jen Benson, who's going to be on the Urban Health Outreach Media Saturday night. All right. So she's going to be on with Steve Belcher. So please tune in Saturday night and listen and tune in, watch, and you'll get to hear from Jen Benson along with my homeboy Steve Belcher. So please tune into that. And tomorrow night we've got, of course, Urban Renal Talk with Tamika and Steve. So watch that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. God bless you all. All right, man. You're welcome, Kathleen. All right, the light. If he's the light in your life, I get it, because I have just a great feeling about Neil, and I want everyone who also has gotten a good feeling from this guy, who's gotten been receptive to how he's thinking of others, who wants to promote awareness and education. All right, please come on, share this so that we can keep this lit. All right, fan the flame, everyone. Let's get this going. Share this, and let's get over 100 shares. All right, let's make sure that we keep commenting, get everybody out there to hear this message. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for watching tonight and hearing Neil's story. I'm going to end it tonight, but I'm not going to end this story because we're going to keep it going. Please start watch parties. Start one maybe as soon as this is over, or start one tomorrow. And please continue to have him in your prayers, and make sure that you act on any inspiration after you've prayed about this. Thank you very much. Have a good evening again. God bless. I'm very thankful for all of my followers, and I hope that you have a good evening. Boom!